Get ready for the show, it's about to begin. Pro fan talk when we dive right in. Sports talk, hot takes, ain't nothing we lack. We the real fans, nothing holding us back. Mic check, 1, 2, y'all know the drill. We bringing the energy, we keep it real. Touchdowns on liquid air, on the slam dunks on the court. Every sport, every game, we holding down the fort. We breaking down the plays, dissecting the stats. Pro fan talk, we keeping it fat. Debating with passion, no filter, no doubt. We the voice of the fans, we scream and we shout.
What's going on, folks? Didn't know I was going to be able to stream tonight, but managed to get on. Been watching the New York-Chicago game. Chicago was bringing it to them in the first half, and then New York has slowly but surely gotten the lead back. And right now it is 75-68. New York is in the lead. You got about 5.5 minutes to go in the fourth. Sabrina Ionescu has lit it up in the second half. She was kind of cold in the first, but she's come back, put 15 points on the board. Jonquel Jones is pretty much leading the way for New York. Angel Reese possibly in line for a double-double. She only got 8 points and 6 rebounds. So we'll see how it goes. Marina Mabry's been hot. As usual, the best player on the Chicago Sky, Chennedy Carter, is leading the way with 20 points. I said that all the way back when she did what she did to Caitlin Clark. Chennedy Carter is the best player on the team, and I told you then she was going to be a problem, and that's exactly what's going on. And now she got confidence, and now she got a coach that knows how to coach her in Teresa Weatherspoon, and she just got a steal. It is a 7-point game, and they gave it right back. So good fourth quarter. Good fourth quarter. So good game, good fun to watch, and just trying to keep it moving. But it's all good. Got a lot of people on Twitter right now. Come on over to YouTube, man. I need that YouTube love. That's how I grow, on YouTube, not Twitter. But I definitely use Twitter, and I definitely appreciate y'all in the Twitterverse. You know what I'm saying? But while this game's going on, I will keep you updated. You notice I don't have my scoreboard like I normally do because this game's almost over. So let's see if New York can hold on and get this dub at home, no less. But what I wanted to talk about was the situation with DiJonai Carrington. That popped up. Let me see. She put out a tweet. When was that? That was July 10th. So that was yesterday. She put out a tweet. So, and basically what that was she was responding to the little altercation with Van Loo and Caitlin Clark yesterday in the Indiana Washington game, where Van Loo kind of got in her space twice, and Caitlin Clark kind of pushed her back and said, "Stop flopping." And DiJonai was kind of referencing back when she did the, stop flopping move. And I guess a lot of people came for her. And here was her tweet. And I was like, okay, hold on for a second. There we go. Here is her tweet. She's right here at the top. She says, "But I'm a racist, jealous, coon monkey, hating ass B who needs to go back to Africa when I do it, huh?" And like I said, this is basketball. Now, she's not wrong. And I remember saying when it happened, I was like, why are you coming at her like that? First of all, because a lot of women in the WNBA flop. Let's keep it 100. There's a lot of flopping going on in the W. Don't get it twisted. But that's all good. That's part of basketball. They do it in the NBA. They do it in when you coaching a team or something like that, and you got them parents that don't like when you coach their kid hard, or don't like if you as a coach, you got to get in your kid's grill sometimes. But you got parents that don't yell at my kid, don't do my kid like that, but they always want their kid to play, when a lot of times their kid probably shouldn't be playing, if you want to be honest with the situation. But my point was, that was a little bit what she did was, I mean, she did what she did. But when you respond like that, it's going to come back at you. Now, of course, you got all of these posts and everything on social media. She's putting out racist tweets and all of this kind of stuff. And when you put that R word, when you put them isms in there, you at a whole nother level. You at a whole nother level. The one thing that I think that a lot of these women like DiJonai Carrington and others, and ain't just her, is others too. They got what they want. The WNBA is mainstream. Every day, there is a story about the WNBA on ESPN, Fox Sports, all the major networks, social media, always trending, all of that kind of stuff. Somebody in the WNBA is always trending, right? So when you got that type of mainstream attention on you, anytime you put out something like this, it's going to come back at you. And the one thing that DiJonai Carrington and others got to be aware of is you messing with your money. Because now you got all of these major players advertising, sponsorship, all of that kind of stuff. You in that category now. DiJonai is a good-looking woman, always got a face full of makeup, but she looks good with it. Don't look like she's sweating when she's playing. Probably could easily have some type of makeup deal with one of these companies. Easy endorsement. But when you put stuff out like that, don't nobody want to mess with you. Or at least they'll be hesitant. Because you messing with the money. You got to be able to be marketable to your consumers. And if you got a big contingency of people that don't like what you say and don't like how you operate, they ain't going to mess with you. You messing with the money. But this is a situation where you messing with your money. And I'll say this again. I think a lot of the women in the WNBA, even that may feel some kind of way about Caitlin Clark, I don't think they really understand what's going on, especially when it comes down to the broadcast rights and everything that I'm talking about. The broadcast rights is what's going to get y'all paid. And I've said this before. Caitlin Clark can't get all the damn endorsement deals. A lot of that stuff is going to fall to the wayside, and they're going to get somebody in the they're going to sign somebody to sponsor their product. She can't get all of the deals. Angel Reese ain't going to get all of the deals. So it would behoove a lot of players with that train of thought, with that mindset, to, all right, you got an opportunity to get all of the stuff that you say you wanted, all of the stuff that the men were getting that the women wasn't privy to for whatever reason you want to throw in there. All the isms, all the ists, all of that kind of stuff. Well, now you are at the precipice of getting everything you want, or at least a big step in that direction. Because when these new broadcast rights, when that stuff gets finally settled out, because that's going to be the big news in the offseason. This offseason is going to be the busiest and most visible offseason the WNBA's probably ever had. Because it's all going to come down to the money that they're going to make going into 25 and 26. Because that broadcast right, that the media rights money is going to be through the roof, and they might even turn a profit. My prediction was in 25, they are going to be in the black or close to it, but they're not going to be 50 million in the hole or nothing like that. And then 26, I believe 26 might be the first year that they turn a profit as a business entity. And they can laugh at it. They can poo-poo it all that they want. They can turn their nose up at it. But at the end of the day, it is mostly in a big way because of the visibility and the marketability that Caitlin Clark has brought to the WNBA. And this whole situation, until about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe. Because I say that because it seems like they've been the attitude towards Caitlin Clark has softened up a bit, just a little bit. But now everybody's trying to pump Angel Reese. Now they're trying to get her up to equal billing, and it's not like that yet. It's got to be a gradual, it's got to be a natural climb. You can't force it down somebody's throat. You can't have a conversation about what's going on in the WNBA and not mention Caitlin Clark. She ain't got to be the topic of your conversation, but you got to at least acknowledge it. And if you don't, you're not keeping it 100 with the situation. And that's for any conversation, because I'll be the first one to say, and I preface this by saying, yes, I am a Caitlin Clark fan. But in my opinion, Angel Reese slightly ahead in this Rookie of the Year race. And the only reason I'm saying slightly ahead is because I got to give her props for that streak of double-doubles. To me, that is consistency. Now, a lot of people say, don't nobody come to games and see double-doubles and all of that kind of stuff. That's your prerogative. That's your opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. And if that's your opinion, you're welcome to it. I ain't got to agree with it. Do I think she's going to win it? I don't. Because I think what Caitlin Clark does over time, she keeps getting the double-doubles. And I believe she is going to have 2, possibly 3 triple-doubles before this season is done. She should have 2 or 3 already. That, like, let's not just throw, let's not ignore that. She should have about 2 or 3 already. Realistically, she should have 2. Christy Sides kind of played her and didn't leave her in the game long enough to get that last. It would have been a rebound. She'd have had her first triple-double. So she should have 2. And there was another game where if she would have played a little bit, I think she was 2 rebounds short. So she's been in that category a lot. A whole lot. So it is what it is. But I guess the purpose of this conversation, I was going to produce a video, but I was like, I don't feel like doing that. Let's just go live. But DiJonai Carrington, you ain't going to never see this, but you messing with your money. I know you can say what you want to say. And up until this year, let's be honest, didn't nobody really care. Wasn't nobody reading tweets from the WNBA the last couple of years. If it was a minimal amount of people. But now you on a national stage with a national audience, and you affecting national money. Now you already see how many commercials I done seen with Sabrina Ionescu, Sue Bird. Sue Bird don't even play in the league no more. She getting some peel off of these deals. Asia Wilson, they got the car deals. I done seen Kelsey Plumb on a couple commercials. So slowly but surely, the trickle-down effect is happening. Like I said, Caitlin Clark can't make all the commercials. She can't take all of those endorsement deals. She can't do it. What's up, 316? So, yeah, DiJonai, stop messing with your money. You could have left that last. It wasn't that serious, and you made it that serious. Because, like I said, there's a whole bunch of other women in the league that be flopping a hell of a lot more than Caitlin Clark, and you ain't never said nothing to them. So let's keep it 100. So go ahead, and I always say this before. All y'all got to do is stop all of this damn talking and all this little cattiness and go ahead, play ball, and make your money. Make your paper for next year. That's all you got to do. Stop with the dumb shit. The second part of this is, I thought it was very odd. Let me go back. I thought it was very odd that you see NaLyssa Smith and DiJonai Carrington, they are an item. They're a couple. Now, this is one thing that you never had to deal with in the NBA. But because the LGBTQ community is so high in the WNBA, you checking off all the boxes. This is a reality in this league. You can have players on 2 different teams in relationships. In this particular case, DiJonai Carrington was the one that was given Caitlin Clark the business before. And then her and NaLyssa Smith, they making videos talking about what happened in the game. And I'm like, that's a conflict of interest right there. That's a conflict of interest. And now anytime DiJonai is saying something grimy and NaLyssa Smith is co-signing it, now the people in your corner, they looking at you like, well, what happened if somebody on her team, what happened if somebody for Indiana don't co-sign with what NaLyssa Smith is saying? Now, are they going to have a problem? And I thought it was very interesting. Why did Lexi Hall start over NaLyssa Smith? I don't know. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. What did Arsenio say? Things that make you go, And who's to say that some of the people in the upper, the front offices might not like the message she putting out? Because, hey, don't get it confused. This is a business. This is a business. What's up, John Carter? And I think a lot of the women in the WNBA, they are getting it confused because it's been one way for so long. And they've been fighting for scraps. Let's keep it real. They've been fighting for scraps. So this is the first time a lot of these women can put themselves in a situation where they can make some real money. They can make some legit money and do some things. And it just bugs the shit out of them that the person that's driving that car is Caitlin Clark. Now, it ain't everybody, but for some reason it seems like it's the veterans in the league that are getting the most attention. They're the ones that get the most attention. Kalia Copper, having the real harsh press conference and walking out. And then you got DiJonai Carrington with her antics. And then you had Diana Taurasi, her antics and her comments. Everything was like a backhanded comment. Everything was like kind of on the sly slight instead of just keeping it simple and keeping it moving. And everybody would be happy. But this is one of the things that the league, the W as a league, they got to get better at. You look at, what's her name? What's the girl that be on Gilbert Arenas? Lexi Brown. Excuse me, Lexi Brown. Just last week, she finally had some positive things to say. Not saying that she never said anything positive before, but everybody can pick the stuff apart of all the negative stuff she said, because she was on that same bag one. They ain't going to do this. They ain't going to be that good. And it's like, well, you do have to wait and see. But even that, I understand it. The only person I had a problem with what they said, even though they were right, they were correct, 100% correct in what they said, was Cheryl Swoopes. Cheryl Swoopes was 100% correct in what she was saying. Her problem is that she ain't do the homework and she put out some false facts, and it just made her whole point go down the toilet. And then everything else after that just sounded salty. It just sounded salty. And it was like from that point on, from if you go back to the panel that was watching that NCAA tournament game, when it was all people from UConn, it was Diana Taurasi and a couple other people. It was all UConn people, and you could tell the slant. You could tell the slant. Yo, Square. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It wasn't towards CC, but it was. I get what you're saying. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It was. You must have missed my first part of my conversation. It was directed at the fans because, like I was explaining before, I've got into it with Iowa fans, and I'm a Caitlin Clark fan. I was coming from a perspective of I am a fan, but just because somebody has criticism of her game doesn't mean she's tearing Caitlin Clark down or we hating on Caitlin Clark. That's not the case. And everybody takes it to the nth degree. Some Caitlin Clark fans, some Iowa fans take it to the nth degree. So I understand where she's coming from, but my point was when you make comments like that, everybody sees that. Everybody sees that because everybody doesn't know what you were going back and forth with before. And I'll say it like this. Let me show you my response to this. And I didn't mention no names, but let me show you how I put it and how I said it. Let me see. Where'd I go? Here's what I put. Let y'all check this out. It says, "Dear WNBA players, you are mainstream now, so the internet will come for you. Be careful not to give it ammo. Father Time is the only one with a better record, so please watch yourself." Internet is almost undefeated. Almost. Father Time is undefeated. But the internet don't lose too many battles because everybody got receipts. Everybody got receipts. And if you want to get to the next level, you got to make yourself marketable to outside, unless you're going, or else you're going to pigeonhole yourself. And you'll only have one segment of the people that want to deal with you. I said this weeks ago because I saw a picture somebody posted. It was after a Chicago game, and it was fans lined up to get Angel Reese's autograph. And the angle of the picture, the line was wrapped around the corner, and I saw just as many white kids as I saw black kids. So for me, I'm like, take that black-white thing, throw that out the door, because everybody's spending green, because that's what it comes down to. And Angel Reese, if she keeps doing what she's doing, and I've said this before, the only thing she got to do is play ball. She can go to her events, she can do her social media stuff, but the only thing she got to do is play ball. Stop with the talking. If anything is going to derail Angel Reese, in my opinion, it's her attitude, because she can't get that attitude, and she want to kick that I'm here too thing. It's like, you ain't got to say all of that. I know you here too, and I know this whole thing, yes, you are part of the catalyst. It was Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark, LSU versus Iowa. That was the catalyst of it. So it couldn't have started if you didn't do what you did. You just threw gasoline on the fire. And then the next year it came back, the momentum was going. So yes, you are a part of it. But it just sounded a little sketch when you got to say that. I mentioned this before. Just like, what's up, Cody K? Just like when you was in high school. Everybody get irritated with that one dude in school that always tell everybody he the fastest in the class. You get irritated about that one person in class that always tell everybody they got another A on the test. You always get mad at that kid that's the best artist in the class and always talking about another picture that he drew. Or you always get people like that. And it's always, it don't hit the same when they gotta say it. Somebody else gotta toot your horn. That's why that phrase came from. I don't mean to toot my own horn. Why do you do it? Because when somebody else says it, that means they appreciating what you're doing. If you gotta say it, don't nobody want to hear it. Like, shut up. I know you the fastest. I know you got an A again. I know you got a 4.0 GP. You ain't got to keep telling me. I know you played in the NFL. You ain't got to keep telling me. I've had that before. So I get it. I get it. Appreciate that, Cody K. Everybody hit that like and subscribe. If you are on Twitter right now, do me a favor, jump on over to YouTube and hit subscribe. Please and thank you. But yeah, man, you don't have to do all of that. Only thing Angel Reese got to do is just keep balling. That's it. That's it. She gonna take some lumps because of the team that she owns. But she's the brightest star in Chicago right now. So let everybody else do the talking. DiJonai, you a veteran. You ain't got to do that. And when veterans talk like that, it looks worse on you, because what you got to remember is, for some of these vets, this is the first time they've ever had eyes on them like this. It's not like any other sports, any of the other MLB, NBA, NFL. It's not like that. Some of these women that's 4, 5, and 6 year vets, they ain't never had eyes on them like this, because some of them went to small schools. And the only time they seen anything remotely close to this is when they play overseas. And when what they do overseas, it ain't like it is in the States. Not right now. Not right now. So I'm coming from a place of, I want to see all these women get paid. I want to see the game elevate, because I enjoy watching it. I like the trash talk. I like the hard play, the physical play, the fouls. The only thing I don't like about the league right now is 2 things. Number one is a lot of these women do have catty attitudes, in my opinion. And I'm not talking about talking shit on the court. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to bring it. Angel Reese was 100%. When you step in between them lines, it's all business. I ain't got no problem with that. But kill the catty attitudes and the underhand comments, and it shouldn't have to be like pulling teeth to say somebody else played well. Even one of my favorite players, Sabrina Ionescu, is one of my top 5 players. Love watching that girl play. Every time New York is on, I'm watching, because I like Sabrina Ionescu and I like Jonquel Jones. So I will watch them. I'm putting in my time. I'm supporting somebody other than Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. I'm supporting. But even she made that comment about this is their Super Bowl. And it's like, no, it ain't. No, it's not. If they'd have beat Las Vegas, that would have been the Super Bowl. But I understand where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? I understand. But don't, like, stop it with all this dismissive conversation. Stop it with all the, yeah, they did, you know, even the coach, Cheryl Reeves, there's other people here. And it's like, we know that. But just accept the obvious, that you got a woman, a rookie, who is bringing all of this conversation to the league, and just accept it. I know you ain't got to like it, but just accept it, because everybody's going to benefit. It's to the point now, I hate even saying it, but there's no better saying, a rising tide raises all boats. That's been said 8 bajillion times by now, but there's nothing better that you could say right now. There's nothing better you could say, because what Caitlin Clark is doing, everybody else is benefiting from it. Now everybody in the world knows A'ja Wilson is the baddest chick in the WNBA. Point, period, in the paragraph. Everybody knows DeWanna Bonner is a baller in the WNBA. Everybody knows. So just accept it. Stop with all of the nonsense and just play ball. Everything will take care of itself. All y'all got to do is get through this season. Let's get past the Olympics, get to the back half of the season, find out who your champion is, find out who your rookie of the year is, and then you can get to the offseason, and then you can start the process to get that collective bargaining agreement done. Y'all can get y'all media rights deal. Adam Silver is on the job when it comes to that, and y'all can get y'all $250 to $300 million deal so y'all can start making money. That's what it's all about. Stop with the dumb shit. Stop with it. I want to see everybody get paid. Because what's going on now, because of Caitlin Clark, everybody's going to eat. Everybody's going to eat. So it is what it is, man. Yeah, Square, if they beat Las Vegas, that's the damn World Cup and Super Bowl. Facts. Facts. What's up, Tim? Caitlin Clark, male right-wing fans are attacking them on a daily basis, including it's I tell you what, man. And here's I gotta do another PSA, public service announcement. Because now that I'm in this space, I've been in this space for about 1.5 years now. The YouTube space is what I'm talking about. A little bit longer, but I've been doing my own thing for about 1.5 years. So the one thing I'm noticing is I am seeing a lot, and I'm talking from somebody that knows what he's looking at, because I know the technology, I know how to use it, I know how that works. I've been seeing a lot of AI content about the WNBA. And the reason that you could tell, anytime you watch, anytime you, I know what the voices sound like. I know what the AI voiceovers sound like, because I use AI in my 9-to-5 job. I'm adept with it. I know how to use it. I know what it sounds like. I can get a voice that sounds like almost anything. I can get a voice that sounds like somebody from the city, somebody from the hood, somebody from the country, somebody from France. AI can do all these different voices and accents, all of that kind of stuff. So you never know what you're listening to. But just like anything else, when you listen to it long enough, you hear some tells. So I know when AI is running the show. And then when you watch the videos and it's all just quick B-roll footage, that means somebody's not editing. That means AI is putting all these clips together, because they have AI that can do that. So people are just cranking out this AI created content. And now I'm to the point where I can tell what's AI and what's not. Because if you listen to the content, it sounds like gibberish. They keep saying the same thing. They're saying stuff, but they're not saying anything. So even when I do produce a video, if I got something on my mind and I want to get it out there as fast as I can, I'll do exactly what I'm doing now. I'll click on that live button and I'll start streaming. But if I want to sit down, script some stuff out, write, produce, edit, put graphics in, sound effects, I can do all of that kind of stuff. And some of my content, you'll see it. But you will always see my face on my content. That's how you know it's me. That's how you know it's me. And I told you straight up, my intro song, all the footage I edited. I put together the transitions, the sound effects, and all of that. But the music is AI created. And I tell everybody that. You see that little watermark in the top left corner. It says Suno.ai, SUNO.ai. Got to give them props, because it works. And that's a banging ass song. But I'm saying that all I have to say, I'm saying all of that to say this. Be on the lookout for it sound too manufactured. There's a lot of AI content, and I'm just trying to pump up all the people that's doing it, live and, putting in the work in, not just trying to hit a button and just throw out a whole bunch of stuff. So, Black and White Sports, I've watched some of their content, Tim. I agree. They're not AI. Absolutely. Absolutely. They do go on let me say it like this. They go some places that I'm not going, period. But you know what? To your point, look at their subscriber base. There's an audience for that. Black and White Sports, Outkick.com. There's another one I forget the name of. There's a couple of them, and it always seems like they got some type of racist tint to it, or it ends up turning into that when the first thing they want to do is call somebody a race baiter and all of that kind of stuff. And it's like, man, I'm trying to stay out of them spaces. I'm trying to keep what do I always say? I will keep it 100, but I will leave the toxic on the bench. And some of that stuff, and some of it is like this. It comes from a place of ignorance. And I'm saying ignorance not as an insult. I'm saying ignorance because as somebody that's Black, some of the stuff that I have received and things that have happened to me, I'm not even talking on YouTube. I'm just talking about life experience. I've got some things that have happened to me that if I told somebody that, they would look like, no way. Like, I don't believe you. Like, what? And yeah. So you got to be empathetic with where somebody may or may not be coming from. That's why even that whole situation with DiJonai, I don't know what she was dealing with. I don't know what people were saying to her. All I can do is offer my opinion from the outside looking in. And regardless of if she is correct, if she was whatever it is, that's going on in her world. So she got to lean into that truth or whatever it is. But I'm just saying, from me as an observer, you might be costing yourself some money because you could have just as easily said nothing. And that's one of the biggest things. The WNBA, that's why I say they're reaching mainstream, because now look at all these egos. Not to mention, you're talking about how females are and all of that kind of stuff. But look at the egos that come with the visibility. You can't avoid that. The ego says, I ain't gonna let nobody talk to me like that. That's what the ego says. But look at, I use this example. Look at the situation that happened with Chennedy Carter after she hip checked Caitlin Clark. Everybody lost their freaking mind. It wasn't even a bad hip check. It wasn't even that hard. The reason she knocked her down was because Caitlin Clark was completely blindsided with it. It wasn't a hard check, but she did it. And it was not a basketball play. And she should have got a flagrant or whatever it was. She should have. That don't mean they should kick her out of the league. That don't mean it was assault. I've seen shit worse. Tell you what, go back, go on YouTube, and look up, what's the girl that got kicked out of the league last year? The big, tall, 6'7" girl from Australia, Liz Cambridge. Go look at the fight with Liz Cambridge. When she pushed this girl down, looked like she got thrown out of the game. She walked off the court, and that girl came back and hit her with a haymaker. These women ain't playing. But Liz Cambridge, 6'7", 6'8", whatever she is. Let me see. How big is she? Liz Cambridge. I believe she might be 6'9". She might be Brittany Griner size. She's 6'9". Yes, she's the same height as Brittany Griner and bigger than Brittany Griner. And she's 32, so she still could have squeezed a year or two more. Looks like she got kicked out of a game in April for something, but everybody don't want to see that. Hey, Cheryl, what's going on? Definitely a rough game. 100%. 100%. But my point is, right now, they are at the precipice of everything that they want. The WNBA as a business, as a league, they are on the doorstep of everything that they want. And they got so caught up on who was opening the door, who was driving the car. They got so caught up into that. It can't be this little freshman from Iowa. It can't be her. It got to be somebody else. It is what it is. They said the same thing with Jordan. Jordan came out as a sophomore from UNC. And back then, that was a negative if you left college early. That was a big time negative. Because remember, coming out that early really didn't take off until that Michigan team, the Fab Five. All of them freshmen in Juwan Howard, Jalen Rose, all of them. That group, when they came out, the Fab Five, they was all freshmen. But before then, Michael Jordan was only a sophomore. They didn't think he was going to make it. And let's be honest, before Michael Jordan was Michael Jordan was dunking on everybody and losing a lot of games for Chicago. Don't forget, Michael Jordan didn't win to his 8th year? When he finally won a chip? That's a long time. But, see, and listen, I said that before. And again, props to Caitlin Clark, because she ain't really saying much of nothing. Everybody else is doing the talking. That's why I always say a lot of this shit is media driven. because she ain't really said nothing. And some of the stuff, and I'll say it like this: some of the stuff and some of the comments that Angel Reese said, I wasn't crazy about. But in the big scheme of things, she ain't really said nothing salacious or offhanded or off color or racist or anything like that. I wouldn't have said it, but that's me. So in the big scheme of things, the rookies aren't doing all of this. It's everybody else. Everybody else. Now you got people talking about double doubles aren't important. Okay, if that's how you feel, that you welcome your opinions. Y'all know what I say. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. But if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. If you feel that double doubles don't mean nothing, somebody put up a stat. I don't know if Tim, if that was you. I think it may have been LeVar. I don't think he's in the chat right now, but I think it may have been LeVar, where he was like, it's been like 11,000 double doubles in the WNBA, but there's only been one rookie to record a triple double. Facts. That's a valid point. That's a valid point. And I mentioned this. I just posted this tonight. Let me see if it's, where's it at? Yeah. So, like right here, keep it 100. Angel Reese is killing it with record double-double streak. I think the streak got broken tonight, by the way. But she was killing it with that double-double streak. And still keeping it 100, Caitlin Clark is the first rookie ever to record a triple-double. So which one matters more? Which one matters more? And I see people I've seen a couple of these graphics showing like the either this or the last game that Angel Reese played in the last game that Caitlin Clark played before this evening. And I saw a couple of them like that. And I was like, well, wait a minute. You didn't add Caitlin Clark's blocks and steals. She had 3 blocks and 5 steals. So in spite of, as well as all of this, as well as all of that, she got 2 more spots that she can fill with stats because she getting it in. So people want to conveniently forget that stuff. You know, what you going to do? They want to conveniently forget all of that. I've seen that where people, I've seen some videos, Cheryl, where they say that last double-double was tainted. And you can argue that. I ain't mad at that, but she got it. You think that's the first time that's happened? Let somebody shoot a free throw, try to foul them on purpose, or try to give somebody else the foul so they can get the free throw, so they can meet their record, reach their incentive. That ain't nothing new. But again, because you haven't seen anything like that in the WNBA, everybody's like, oh, it's tainted now. They helping her get these double doubles. And I'm like, they ain't helping her do shit. Anybody that says the teams are helping Angel Reese get these double doubles, you disingenuous to the league. She is not down there by herself pulling them rebounds down. I don't care if she missed a shot or not. It ain't like everybody's standing around. Well, the way they block out on offensive rebounds, maybe they are. But my point is that they're just not letting her do it. So for people to say, well, she's putting up her own missed shots, it's like, so what? How come didn't nobody say anything else when somebody else was doing that? You ain't say that about Alyssa Thomas. And I'm sure she missed some shots and put her own stuff back up. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Cheryl, you ain't kidding. You woof. Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation. If Clark had a higher student percentage when average 6 times a game, she would be the clear-cut rookie of the year. I agree, and I don't think it matters anymore. Because I don't know, Tim, if you heard me earlier. I think she's going to end the year with at least 3 triple doubles. She should have 2 already. But Christy Sides kind of screwed her out the first one. 1 rebound short. But look, think about it like this. Christy Sides took her out of the game with like, what, a minute 30 that game? And she could have got that. She probably could have got that last rebound. And what would they have done? They'd have been like, let Caitlin get this last rebound. And she would have got it. So Would that have been tainted? That's why people that are saying like what they're saying about Angel Reese, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. If you got 9 rebounds and your teammate lets you get the 10th because y'all stand in equidistance to the ball and it bounces in the middle and you let them grab it, it is what it is. That's all good. Absolutely, Thomas. I've seen it as well. But once again, this is what you get when you become mainstream. You get the good and the bad. You get all the visibility. They got visibility in spades. They ain't never been as visible before. Even when they was getting this type of attendance numbers way back in the day, they weren't given this much visibility because social media didn't exist. So you on a whole nother level that didn't exist way back then. So you're absolutely right. You got websites, that's all they talk about. All they talk about is what somebody did towards Caitlin Clark and race baiting. And I done heard the word race baiting so many times in dealing with the WNBA this year. Every time somebody says something that involves race, you can't look at it logically. You can't, it's a very nuanced conversation. Very nuanced conversation. Even, I tell you what, this is the point I was making with Chennedy Carter. Was after Chennedy Carter hip check Caitlin Clark, and then that next game, and the dude started harassing her when she got off the bus. And it's like, once again, welcome to the mainstream. When you just getting off the bus or going to get something to eat, now you got to worry about paparazzi popping up in your face, asking dumbass questions. Welcome to the mainstream. That's what comes with it. That's what comes with it. And they got to be able to handle it. Or it can get real ugly real quick. I don't know if people really know this, but in the NFL, and this started right when I got into the league, and it's become something crazy now. And I'm not saying crazy in a bad way. When I got in the league, they started like a rookie meeting. Now it's called the Rookie Symposium. But when I got in the league in 93, they would send a rep around to all of the teams, and his job was to talk to the rookies about what to expect in the NFL. Now you're a professional athlete. Here's some of the things that you got to look out for. Here's some of the things that you got to be aware of. And they talk to us about that. Now this is like a week-long seminar now for NFL rookies. All the rookies fly to Vegas or wherever the hell they have this thing, and they got speakers to come on stage and all of that kind of stuff. Deion Sanders did the same thing for his players at Colorado. And it's a good thing because he speaks to specifically and explicitly all the things you got to worry about when you are a high-profile athlete or professional athlete in your city. So when it first, for the NFL, when it first got a lot of prominence, I don't even remember what year it was, but they talked about it because what had happened was they had a symposium and they had this young woman, good looking, probably wearing something nice and tight, very friendly and flirtatious. And as the players, I guess they had like a little luncheon or something like that, meet and greet, all that type of stuff. And this woman was going around being very friendly. She got a couple autographs. She got a couple phone numbers. She got a lot of phone numbers because she had that look about her and guys trying to holler and, grown folks trying to be grown. And she ended up being one of the keynote speakers at the symposium. And everybody she got a phone number from, she got on stage and told everybody she was HIV positive. And of course, everybody goes nuts and blah, 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 blah. And her whole purpose was just to let people know you can't just trust the face and you can't believe what people are saying. You got to watch how you operate because some people will try to lie to you and do things to you that you're not expecting. That was her whole purpose there. That's what these women are dealing with right now. Even the veterans. Because a lot of this stuff they ain't never had to really deal with. back to my original point of this conversation with DiJonai Carrington, she ain't really never probably had to deal with the backlash that she's going to get from that stuff. And let me be honest with you, DiJonai Carrington's a good-looking woman, and she got some game with her. But when potential sponsors see that, who gonna want to mess with her? Stop messing with the money. So, yeah, it's gonna be very different. It's gonna be very different. And what I predict is that Caitlin Clark ain't gonna say nothing about her political affiliation, and she'd be smart not to. She'd be very smart not to. So, but eventually somebody gonna say something, and it might spark off a firestorm. You just never know. But again, you even got to be careful with that, because some of these people, you don't know what they've been through. You don't know what they've been through. You don't know what their life experience is and why they feel the way they feel. And they have every right to have an opportunity to voice their opinion or their vote one side or the other. And whatever the consequences are, they might be willing to stand on that. Because everything you do now, it is going to affect the bottom line. Whether you believe it or not. And just like I said earlier, it's a whole lot of white fans that love them some Angel Reese. And it's a whole lot of black fans that love them some Caitlin Clark. So it goes both ways. And at the end of the day, my point is, whatever your affiliation is, and whatever your opinions are about a specific subject, they have to be careful, because now they are entering in a level of visibility and money that they are not used to. And I don't want to see them mess up the bag. Nah, I don't think it's going to destroy their bottom line, because they said the same thing about the NFL. They said the same thing about the NFL with the whole Colin Kaepernick thing. And Colin Kaepernick was right. They just didn't like that he was doing it. So, and even you talk to some people about that conversation, and it's still a hotbed of conversation. And I still say that even when somebody does everything the right way, you talk to somebody, I don't want to disrespect this people. Let me ask somebody that's in that arena. Like, people forget that with Kaepernick. He went to talk to somebody before he did anything. And he thought he was doing the right thing because that person said, hey, this is what I suggest because I served. Y'all remember that conversation? But people they didn't want to hear it. They saw what they wanted to see and they ran with it. They ran with it. And then you got people like Jerry Jones, and he say what he say, and then he want to get in the middle of the field and kneel down with the players, and then he says something else afterwards. And it's like, all this shit is just a show for you. But you can't take that away from somebody on that team got a grandfather, a grandmother that went through some stuff back in the day. And it means something to them. That's when folks get mad, when you try to wipe that off, when you try to act like that didn't happen. That's the problem. So it'll be interesting what they do the closer you get to November. But hopefully by then, everything will be settled and the CBA will be signed and all of that stuff will be, away from it. And if I was as visible as Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are now, they're going to have to tread water carefully because it can upset the apple cart. Politics always do. Politics always do. We still living in a situation where we had people in the public office telling LeBron to shut up and dribble. That ain't got nothing to do with whether you like him or not. That's got everything to do with him being a human being. He got a right to express his opinion. So what did he play basketball? So it is what it is, man. It's a nuanced conversation. It's a lot of levels to it. And the problem you're going to have is when somebody has something to say and you want to dismiss it, you're always going to have a problem. Because when I grew up, you had conversations. You make your point, I make my point. I might sway you. You might sway me. Maybe we'll meet somebody somewhere in the middle. Maybe we'll agree to disagree. But we're going to have a conversation. They don't do that no more. They get on Facebook or Twitter or social media and they say what they got to say. And anybody that doesn't agree, now you getting the flames and the trolls and you getting called names and all that kind of stuff. So from that standpoint, I do kind of understand some of the stuff like what DiJonai said. Obviously, she ain't making it up. But you do got to be careful because now even me on this mic, I don't have a very high profile. I'm trying to get one. But you got to be careful what you say. You got to be careful what you say. I'm responsible for that. And once I put it out there on the internet, everybody got it. Everybody got receipts. So, yeah, man. Glad I had a chance to get on the mic, man. I wasn't expecting this much feedback, but I appreciate it. Everybody that's on the mic, all my Twitter family, y'all showed out tonight. We got over 100 on Twitter. I wish I could get y'all over to YouTube. I'm still trying to figure out how to make that happen. But hey, yo, I appreciate the love either way it go. So I don't know what my schedule is going to be like tomorrow. Tomorrow is my birthday, me and my twin sister. So if you want to send me a gift, you got to send 2 because I'm a twin. Those are my rules, and I'm sticking to them. But yeah, man, glad I could get on. Glad I caught the end of the game. What was the final score? New York won 91-76, and it looks like Angel Reese did have another double-double. She had 10 points and 10 rebounds exactly. So her streak continues in a loss. So it is what it is. But I'm going to get up out of here, man. Make sure the wife is okay. You guys have a good weekend. I'm off tomorrow, so I don't have to work. So I'm going to try to do something. Yeah, I might have a post. I'm supposed to cook next week. I'm cooking for a cousin of mine, so I'm thinking maybe I might go to the store and get a rack of ribs and do some practice. So, what's up, Philly? It's all good, man. I'm about to shut it down, bro. I've been rolling for, it seemed like more than an hour. Seemed like more than an hour, man. But it's all good, bro. I appreciate you jumping in, man. Yeah, I don't know what my schedule is going to be like tomorrow. I'm going to try to jump on, but I might try to do something in the backyard, get the uncover the lawn furniture and just chill. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you very much. I will be 54 years young tomorrow. So appreciate it. I don't take that lightly. I've been blessed. God has blessed me 54 years and my sister 54 years. And we kicking it. You know what I'm saying? So love it. I appreciate you continuing to grow. And don't forget, I am at, what is my official count at? Hold on for a second. Hold on for a second because I need y'all to do some recruiting for me. I am, let me see my channel. Officially, I am at 3,500 subscribers. I am at 3,542. So that's pretty good. When less than a year ago, I was just getting to 1,000. So my growth is accelerating, but I like to say I'm doing it. This is organic growth. That means it's slow and steady, but I'm connecting and engaging with everybody that's joining the channel, everybody that's joining my team. Yes, Timmy, I do have hickory wood chunks, but because I am cooking for family, I'm expecting like maybe 10 to 12 racks of ribs. So I got to use my big smoker. So I'll be going to get some wood. So I need a little bit more than wood chunks. I'm going to have to go find me some wood. So I just found some good barbecue rub. It was bourbon peach barbecue rub. I found it at Sam's Club. So I'm going to check that out. So I might do some practice over the weekend or something. So I don't know. But I just like to chill. I don't like to do too much on my birthday. My wife knows they don't ever really get me nothing. They give me Amazon gift cards because I'm a tech geek. So I'm always buying either something for my computer or something for my smoker. One of the two. I'm easy peasy, man. So, but yeah, let me get up out of here, man. I will see you guys tomorrow. If you wish me a happy birthday on social media, I appreciate it. And I will probably see you guys tomorrow, man. We can celebrate then. So y'all have a good night. Be safe. God bless. And I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.